ನಮ್ನ ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
हाँ ये सब भी सेम लगते हैं।
Yeah, looks nice.
Your mute is off. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Hare Krishna. Today we'll be singing the bhajan Sri Sachitanaya Ashtaka, the 8 prayers glorifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Varana Gauravaradeham Vilasita Niravadi Bhavavideham Tribhuvana Pavana Kripayalesham Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam Antara Bhavavikaram Durjanata Jana Nadavishalam Bhavabhaya Banjana Karana Karunam Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam Arunambaradara Charukapolam Indubinindita Nakataya Ruchiram Dikita Nijaguna Nama Vinodam Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam Vigalita Nayana Kamala Jaladaram Bhushana Navarasa Bhava Vikaram Gatiyati Mantara Nritya Vilasam Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam
चञ्चलचारु चरणगतिरुचिरं मञ्जिररञ्जिता पदयुगमधुरम् चन्द्रविनीतलवदनं तां प्रणमामि च श्रीसचितानयम् धृतकटिडोर कमण्डलुदण्डं दिव्यकलेवर मुण्डितमुण्डम् दुर्जनकल्मष खण्डनदण्डं तं प्रणमामि च श्रीसचितनयम् भूषणभूरज अलकवलीतं कम्पितबिम्ब धरवररुचिरं मलयज विरचित उज्ज्वलतिलकं तां प्रणमामि च श्रीसचितनयम् निन्दित अरुणा कमलदलनयनम् अजनुलम्बित श्रीभुजयुगलम् कलेवरकैशोर नार्तकवेशं तां प्रणमामि च श्रीसचितनयम् तां प्रणमामि च श्रीसचितनयम् तां प्रणमामि च श्रीसचितनयम्
Hare Krishna. So devotees, this was a beautiful Abhishekam darshan that we got of Shri Gaur Nitai of Panchatattva from our ISKCON Koramangala Center. Now we'll be moving forward. And as I had mentioned, there are many, many wonderful programs lined up for the pleasure of their lordships and to bring out devotion in all of us. So as you all just witnessed the beautiful Abhishekam, now we're going to have a conversation between Vidya Mataji and Her Grace Prema Padmini Mataji. After this, we'll have a humorous talk, a stand-up comedy talk by Ananta Prabhu. We are going to have a magic show, so that children should be really excited. There's also going to be a humorous skit, and we're going to have a quiz as well, and the launch of our ISKCON Koramangala website, and Aarti of Shri Shri Gaur Nitai from the center, and a very interesting video on Lord Chaitanya. So there are wonderful programs lined up. So my humble request to all the devotees is to please stay tuned to get all the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So now we have a very interesting program. This is going to be a conversation between Vidya Mataji and Her Grace Prema Padmini Mataji. So a little about Her Grace Prema Padmini Mataji. Mataji, along with His Grace Vijay Venugopal Prabhuji, have been in ISKCON for more than 30 years. They are very, very great and ardent preachers, authors, and they travel all over the world from Latin America, the Middle East, England, Russia, and all over India, preaching and giving this great gift of devotion to devotees all over the world. Our ISKCON Koramangala Center is running under Prabhu and Mataji's guidance, and they are the guiding light for our center. And so now let us have Vidya Mataji in conversation with her Grace Prema Padmini Mataji. And we hope that a lot of questions that may be coming in our minds will be answered through this session. So over to you, Vidya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. And it was a wonderful Abhishek that we saw. So it's really wonderful to be here with all the devotees. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So now we'll have a short conversation with Prema Padmini Mataji, where all your questions regarding Gaura Purnima will be answered. So Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So, Mataji, well, since today is the most auspicious day of Gaura Purnima, we all have few questions in our minds. So, it would be great, if you could throw some light about the entire program. So, Mataji, to begin with, my question is when we hear about the name of today's event, the first thing that comes into our mind is Guru Purnima, so which we are very well aware about. But then, what is this Gaura Purnima and what does it mean?
First, let me take my shelter at the lotus feet of my Guru. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Okay, so this Gaura Purnima is different from Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima is the worship of Vyasadeva and to all the representatives of Vyasadeva. But Gaura Purnima is the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself. And, Krishna, day of Brahma. And that is, Brahma's one day is equal to, that is 12 hours of his day, is equal to 432 crores years. How is that? Our Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. And one full Yuga cycle, that is Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali, that makes up 432, 43 lakh 20,000 years. And that into 1,000 years, that makes a Kalpa. That is one day of Brahma. So Krishna comes one day, once in the day of Brahma, and which is in this particular Manu's time, Vaivasvata Manu's time. So everything is predicted. Then after Krishna leaves, so then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes again, in the succeeding Kali Yuga. Krishna comes in the Dwapara Yuga, and then immediately after that, in 5,000 years' time, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. So he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. That's why we celebrate, and he appears in the month of Phalguna, that is this month, March, April, is Phalgun, and on the Purnima day, on a full moon day. So that is why it's called Gaura Purnima, and it is, for various reasons, you will find out that it's the most auspicious day. Yes?
That's really wonderful, Mataji. So to know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because as students, we have learned in history, he is a great saint who has propagated the Bhakti movement. So to know that he is an incarnation of Lord Krishna is something new for us.
Yeah.
So, Mataji, could you throw some light on how does the Shastra say about Lord Chaitanya being incarnation of Krishna?
Yes, many people have this doubt that, how is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu an incarnation? There are so many incarnations, right? So many people claim that whoever they are worshipping is an incarnation, right? So then there is a doubt. Now, prove if somebody is an incarnation. First of all, we have to see if they've been quoted in the Shastras. Now, if you see the Srimad Bhagavatam has, which is a Purana, and then there you see that Lord Buddha is predicted. Even before he appeared, it was predicted. Kalki Avatar is predicted, like this. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been predicted in so many scriptures, right from Vedas, because some people believe only in Shruti or Vedas. And then there are Puranas also, giving, predicting about him. And from the Mahabharata, Itihasa also, Bhishma Dev has given a good, mentioned it in the Sahasranamam, Vishnu Sahasranamam. So let us see, and Srimad Bhagavatam Purana gives a wonderful verse, quotation. So I would like to read out one or two, so you'll know how authentic it is. First, from the Atharva Veda, in the Purusha Bodhini Upanishad, it says, in the 7th Manvantara, the Supreme Lord will be accompanied by his own associates, descend in a golden form. He will teach the chanting of his own holy names. The Supreme Lord himself says, when between 4,000 and 5,000 years of Kali Yuga have passed, I will descend to the earth in a place by the Ganges shore. I will be a tall, saintly Brahmana devotee of the golden complexion. I will be renounced and free from all desire. I will accept the order of renunciation, sannyasa. I will be a devotee, advanced in bhakti yoga. I will chant the holy names of the Lord. I will taste the sweet mellows and my own devotional service. Only the great devotees will understand me. So it doesn't leave any room for speculation. Very clearly, the Vedas are saying this. And then you have in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a Purana, in the 11th canto, it says, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagne Sankirtanai Prayaha Yajantihi Sumedasaha. And what does that mean? In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the holy names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So we will see who are all these companions, servants, what is the weapon. It is not Sudarshan Chakra. The weapon of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is holy names, by which you can destroy all the ill effects of Kali, kill all the demoniac qualities in people, and bring about all auspiciousness. So this is, and then in Vishnu Sahasranamam, it says, Suvarna Varna Hemango Varanga Chandanangadi Sanyasa Krit Samastanta Nishta Santi Parayana. There also, Suvarna Varna, he'll be golden complexion, Hemanga, his body will be golden, Varanga, very beautiful, Chandanangadi, it will be smeared with sandalwood pulp, Sanyasa Krit, he will take sannyasa, Sama, he will be very peaceful or equipoised, Shanta, peaceful, Nishta Shanti Parayana. Anyone who takes shelter of him will also develop all these peaceful and happy qualities. So we have in all these various Puranas, so many of them, about 50 Shastras or more, are predicting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is so important. He is Krishna himself. And among all the avatars, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the topmost avatara. Even, he's actually Krishna himself. He's not even an avatara. That means a partial incarnation or an expansion of Krishna. But because he is the one who's the most merciful, because he's got the mood of Srimati Radharani. This is the esoteric understanding of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How he appeared is that he took on the mood of Srimati Radharani. Because when Krishna came, Krishna showed the pastimes with Radharani. Yes? So we know about those pastimes. Then what happened? Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha yisyami masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and simply surrender to me. he said that, then afterwards Krishna thought, I've said such a difficult thing. In people in Kali Yuga, what will they understand? How to surrender to Krishna? And so, out of deep compassion, he took the mood of Srimati Radharani, so that because she is the feminine counterpart of Krishna, so she is like a mother to us, is more merciful than Krishna. And that is very much required for us in the age of Kali. Only a mother's compassion and love can elevate the most fallen, most offensive, sinful people of this age. And there is an also internal purpose behind why Krishna took this form, because he wanted to understand what is Radharani's deep love for him. Because God, he should experience everything, he should know everything. But he wanted to know, what is it that the devotee feels for me? What is it in me that attracts me to them? And in what ways do they love me? So he wanted to experience all this. For that reason also, he came as his own devotee. Krishna appeared as his own devotee, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Radharani, so that he could experience what it is to worship Krishna. And the most important thing is to give us the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And so that we can easily chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and this is the surrender to Krishna.
Yes, that's really amazing, Mataji, because to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Krishna himself is not something which we have heard about. Because
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is a very something very new to all of us, because we haven't heard about such an incarnation of the Lord.
Are you speaking, or is it?
Yes, Mataji. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was
so,
the question?
Yes, yeah, Mataji. So it was really amazing to know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because we all have just heard about him as a saint, as I said. But then to know that he is incarnation of Lord Krishna with so much of references from the Shastras, because I have been reading Vishnu Sahasranam, I never knew that his name was there. So that was really amazing. And the purpose of his incarnation. So Krishna himself is coming as a devotee. So that's something new, and that's something different. So yes, Madhu. So we came to know that he is an incarnation of Krishna, and he came to propagate about bhakti. But then bhakti is something which is very well known to all of us. But then and Krishna has already given us everything through the Bhagavad Gita. So then why does Krishna have to take such an incarnation as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? If he has already given everything, so he is coming again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what?
Okay. So
what is the purpose
Krishna,
of so that we get to know more about him from his activities, what all he performed, so that we know, the purpose of his incarnation is very well known to us.
Yes. Okay, thank you for the question. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever Krishna spoke in the Bhagavad was a lot of it in theory, whereas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is everything in action. Whatever, like for example, Krishna spoke about the soul and so on, and so we read that in the Bhagavad Gita. But how do you experience? How do you understand that you're a soul? It takes time, because especially in Kali Yuga, people have a rushed existence, and they don't have time to think about spiritual sense control, mind control, and these sort of things. They don't have a time. They're completely busy in doing external things, and that's in this scenario, it's very difficult to understand that you're a soul and act on that platform and so on. But whereas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows it in action, that you just chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and you start experiencing that you are a soul, that you're a living force. What is soul? You're a living force. That is what Chaitanya means. Chaitanya means Chaitana, or living force. We are not just dead matter, but we have a living force inside us, and that is eternal and immortal. So that is why even though Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna, he had to show it in action. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Rise up above the three modes of material nature. Now, how do we do that? First of all, we can't even recognize the modes. What is the modes? The goodness, passion, ignorance. And mostly we can't even differentiate when am I in goodness, when am I in passion, when am I in ignorance, and not to talk of rising above that. So that can happen. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us a very, beautiful, short instructions by which, along combined with chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we can get the topmost perfection. Because the topmost perfection of a jiva is, of a living and a being, is to more in the mood of dasya, in awe and reverence with the Supreme Lord, or in shanta, in neutral state. And but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us the mood of Vrindavana, where they, a very, very intimate relationship with the Lord, as a friend, as a parental affection, and also as a lover. So these kind of very, very esoteric truths Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us. And by getting that love of Krishna, if we get that just by chanting Hare Krishna and a few things I'll mention, if you do that, then your life will be perfect without a doubt in all ways. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also come to tell us that there is going to be a golden age of 10,000 years in this Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga lasts for 432,000 years, of which only 5,000 have passed. But the next 10,000 years are going to be a golden age. Is that good news? Yes, everybody is happy to hear that there's going to be a golden age. And what is that golden age? How can just chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra bring about that golden age? Because Hare Krishna mantra means you are talking to the Lord. I mean, you are what do you call, connecting with him in the mood of service, of selfless service. You want to do everything for Krishna's pleasure. Actually, anyone who chants Hare Krishna mantra, they will develop a desire to do everything in a very nice way so that Krishna will be satisfied. Let me do more and more mode of goodness things, more and more spiritual things. Automatically, the attraction to Krishna arises. And he also says that, oh my God. He also says that you have to do it in a very humble frame of mind, giving all respect to others and not expecting any respect for oneself, and serving all the Vaishnavas. So you can imagine in this age, if everybody were to have this kind of mood and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we'll all develop very wonderful qualities. And the Lord assures that this is the sacrifice. In the place of all Vedic sacrifices, you're simply chanting Hare Krishna, where you're connecting with the Lord and doing everything, all your work in the mood of service is more than enough. It's the greatest yajna, and you will be showered with all peace and prosperity. So that is the reason that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. And okay, the first reason of his coming is to arouse our consciousness. So let us hear a song. It is sung by, it is composed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of our acharyas. But he's talking. The song is like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is addressing us. We will know, Jeev Jago, Om, a soul, wake up, sleeping souls. Can you play that, Mansi, for us?
Yes,
Jeev
Mataji,
Jago.
Rishabh Prabhu will be playing it now.
Yes, Mataji, just playing now. Yes.
जागो जी